listen, listen, listen. Listen, are you listening? If you bust this tent, you'll be sleeping outside. Are you listening? No, no. Hey, this is yours. Here, this is yours. Ah. Right, come out the way. Right, where are we going to put this? Where do you think? I think we'll put it there. Right, we need some pegs, tent pegs. Where's the tent pegs? Right, well, it's a little while since I put a video up. There is a reason for that. My mother took a little tumble and damaged her knee and glasses and broke her arm, so that upset the smooth pattern of things. So I'm out tonight with the dog in the back garden just to do the first overnight camp with the dog, just to let the dog get used to camping out. So we're going to see how that goes. I don't think there'll be any problems, but if there is, we can always go indoors. Us old codgers need our comfort, so I haven't been able to put the camp bed up because I'm frightened the dog's legs go through the springs of the camp bed if she tries to climb up on it. So I've just got an extra tarpaulin down, a carry more mat and an extra sleeping bag underneath, and that'll give us enough insulation, plus my secret weapon. I'm boiling some water here to recharge it, but I've got an underestimated thing here in the bushcraft community, and that's a hot water bottle. It's only a little one, so I can quite easily fill it up with a kettle of water. Just wrap it in a shemag just to let the heat out slowly, and that'll last all night, just letting a slow bit of heat out, and it'll just warm the sleeping bag up, ready for me to get into it. And I've called this video Bits and Bobs because, as well as the camping, tomorrow morning I'm going to do the tag, the open tag issued by Bushcraft N Fun, and I shall that's our water for the morning. And I shall go into the woods with my rucksack and pick up some rubbish, and there's plenty of rubbish in the woods. That's boiling away now. Get that off there. Where's your teddy? Eh? Where's your teddy? Fetch Teddy in. Come on, fetch him in. Otherwise he's going to be outside, isn't he? Eh? Fetch him in. Alright, don't pull his arm off. Hey! Don't knock the guy rope down either. You bust the tent and he'll be sleeping outdoors, you rat bag. So, unless there's any dramas, I think that should be it for the night, and I'll see you in the morning. And I've not got a lot of stuff with me, but obviously I've got enough to get a brew on and bits and pieces. I might put the big fire on tomorrow at some stage. Anyway, I'll knock it on the head now. We'll see if we can get settled down. She's had a supper. She likes a little half-hour drive around after a supper, and then she'll settle down. Won't you? Eh? You will settle down eventually, won't you? Eh? Right. No, it wasn't an entirely successful night. Hey, watch what you're doing. You don't set your tail on fire. Back. Go and get a wee wee. Go get a wee wee. Go on. Go get a wee wee. Rat bag. There you go. Hey, rat bag. So we'll get a cup of tea and then we'll get down into the woods. Come off that. No. Well, you can see from the background that we're in a fairly urban area. So there's going to be lots of litter, and I could have filled the rucksack up to this point here, but we won't start looking for stuff until I get into the wood. It's going to be a little bit noisy because we are next to a fairly busy road as well. Will you stop destroying that bush? Hey, stop it. Hey. You've got to look on the bright side. Some of this litter could be very useful, especially if you were actually in a survival situation. So I'm sure I'll fill the rucksack up, but I'm sure at least some of it will be useful. Right, so let's crack on because we've only got one batch. Hey, will you stop it? Come off that. Okay, so we're in a little clearing here, and this is going to be our area of operations. Somewhere where the dog can, well, I can see what the dog's doing, and there is plenty of litter here. See those pieces of polythene there, tin cans, I can see some tin cans from here. Piece of pink polythene there hanging up in the tree. So that's going to be my little bit, and it will be a little bit compared to what there is here. But we'll have made a little dint. So I'll set to that. You can see plastic bottles, tin cans, fill my rucksack in, up. And then by the time we get back, that'll be far enough for this little dog, who's not yet quite 4 months old. So we don't want to overdo it. Down. You should be able to see that just on the underside of the ash, the fallen ash. There's Daldinia concentrica. There's plenty of those in this wood. We might leave that one. No, we might take that one, I think. That's the rubbish so far. I'm just picking it up as I'm making my way back now. One thing I didn't mention, if you are picking up rubbish, take some leather gloves with you, light leather gloves. You don't know what you're grabbing hold of. Right, onwards and upwards. You bring those sticks over here. So before I go through the spoils of the woodland rubbish collection, which are in this bag and in my rucksack, I'm just going to get the fire going with, hopefully, Daldinia concentrica. Not the one I picked up off of that ash tree. This is a dried out one. And using the Fresnel lens, gifted to me in his 1000 subs giveaway by the one and only Mad Dog Survival. This is the card he sent me. So I'm not even going to take it out of the, I'm so confident it'll get going, I'm not even going to take it out of the polythene protective sheet. I'm going to leave it in there and I'm going to just focus the sun through the plastic sheet. I've got here, oh there's a ladybird in here. Fly away ladybird before your house is on fire. So I'm just using some goose grass with a bit of this fancy fluffy grass in the middle as my tinder bundle. I've got some little sticks there I've just chopped. I'll take a bit of this Daldinia concentrica. You can see why they call it Daldinia concentrica. See that? And it's just like a little brick of charcoal. So I think we should get this going no problem at all. Famous last words, but let's see. Straight away, straight away. I don't know whether you can that's red hot, burning away. So we'll get that in the tinder bundle. Careful I don't set myself on fire with this Fresnel lens. Put that in the tinder bundle. Hey, will you stop nicking stuff? Come here. Fetch that here. It's not good for your teeth. Come here. Come here. I'm not chasing you for it. Hey, come here. Fetch it here. Come on. Fetch it here. Fetch it here. Good dog. Yeah, rat bag. Aren't you? Hey? You are? Now leave stuff in there. Get out of it. It's not yours. Right, so that's going. Although it is a bit smoky. Right, so what I picked up, basically I'm not going to empty it out. Will you drop it? It's basically just a load of rubbish, but there's actually fluid in that. It's a decent container. We got there a little, if I filled that with water it would probably operate as a little, oh there we go, it is actually spraying out. And use that with some soapy water on the get the aphids off the brassicas, because they've started early this year. I'll take that out. I might take that out, I might use that, and I'm just going to put the rest of this straight in the bin. I'll do that now. Now also what I got while I was out was a few tin cans, which will come in handy. And the reason these will come in handy, I'll just show you quickly. Now be careful if you're going to cut open tin cans, because you're left with a very, very sharp edge. Will you get out of it? No, no. So that's very sharp, something you don't want the dog in the dog's mouth, so keep that out the way. A pair of scissors would probably be better than these tin snips I'm trying to use. Okay, then what you've got there, actually I need more of that curve taken off. Right, it's only small, but it opens out, and you've got yourself, if you get yourself a few tin cans, a pair of scissors, you've got yourself some good reflective material there. And what I'm going to do with it is one of my windshields. I've already started burning the bottom of it, so I'm just going to staple, see that? Yeah, you can see that. I'm just going to staple some of these onto the inside, on the base and on the side, just to reflect a bit of the heat up. So that'll stop me from burning the wood, and it'll also reflect a bit of heat back into the pot. So that's one useful thing from the rubbish we got from the woods. I also believe you can polish the ends and use it as a reflector to use as a magnifying glass. But that, anyway, so that's the tin cans. I also got bit of wood, which of course isn't rubbish. I don't know whether there's enough there to make a spoon out of, but that's one project I've got in mind. Okay, so we've got another can here. You also saw I found a piece of hose. That's going to come in handy. So this is all rubbish, remember. And then somebody who was supposed to deliver these bags, these charity bags. What's the charity are these for? Cancer Research and Genetics UK. So somebody was supposed to deliver these and they didn't. They dumped them in the woods. So come out of there. They're partly filthy, so I don't think anybody's going to want them back. So they'll probably get thrown out, but no, don't chew holes in that. But they could also be used. So I've got a few of them. In fact, I didn't get all of them. Just the dog came and got mixed up with the brambles. So a drinks bottle with drinks still in it, if you were desperate, of course. If you were desperate. Then I found a pair of gloves. Okay, they're going straight in the bin, but if I was in the woods and I needed a pair of gloves. And then I found a few of these brick ties. These will be stainless steel, so you could use them for pot hanging or I've only got to open them out a bit and they'll clip together. Use them for pot hanging. Make a smaller one. Fish hooks. Bradall. All sorts of uses there, lad. So that's me rubbish from the woods. So that's that tag, thanks to Bushcraft N Fun. Another tag I've done, and I have mentioned it before, I'm not a big fan of tags. So Bushcraft N Fun left this as an open tag, and I shall be leaving it as an open tag. I could have gone into those woods and I could fill any number of rubbish bags or rucksacks. So I'm not going to make a habit of going in and taking lots of rubbish out, but I will always take more than what I take in. I shall take out. Whether that'll make a difference or not, I doubt it very much, but if there were more like-minded people, then we wouldn't be wallowing in the rubbish we are, although some of it is, of course, useful. So that concludes this video. I've got loads of videos on the cards, so to speak, but it's a question of time. This is not a job, it's a hobby. We've had a little tiny trauma this last week with my mother falling, so it means I've got even less time, but there's videos in the pipeline, so stay tuned and I'll try and get back to you in less than a week if I can.